Okay, so this is a video update on my Nano Reef. This is week 3, just over 3 weeks since water went in, and live rock, live sand. So new additions last weekend were 2 baby clownfish and a scarlet skunk cleaner shrimp. They went in Sunday, it's now Wednesday, settling in really well. Just want to explain a little bit more about this Fluval M40 tank, filtration and how the tank's designed, etc., and the stuff I've put on it, on top of what you get. So just give you a little closer look of the clowns and the shrimp. Now these two obviously are very young clowns, which I hope they'll start pairing up. Now they're displaying pairing behaviour already. One's ever so slightly bigger than the other, which seems to be the more dominant one, which I think will do will change from male to female. Shrimp. The reason I went for the scarlet skunk shrimp over the blood shrimp is because they seem to be out more and don't hide away. He likes this little cave and hangs upside down, but most of the time he's out and about, scavenging about, and he doesn't seem too frightened of anything. Whereas the blood shrimp, as nice as they are colour wise, they're more attractive, they're not out half the time, they're always hiding away. So I decided to go for this scarlet skunk one, which I'm really happy with. Live rock is all doing really well. It's covered in this coralline algae, which I'm hoping will start to spread onto the back or the rear of the tank soon. So it's getting a slight little build up in the corner here of diatomic algae, which is the first stage of algae in a newly cycled tank. That's one of the clowns. Really nice pair of clowns. It's lucky to find them. I wanted small ones to start with, obviously. So you watch them grow up and pair up, which should be quite interesting. So the tank, really pleased with it. Had a few problems from the start. What you get basically is a tank and a stand. It's a 53 litre tank with a rear sump filtration system to house your skimmer, your return pump heater, anything you're going to be putting there like Roaphos or nitrate, sponging media, biological media. Not that you really need this biological media, because obviously it's running the Berlin method, which is live rock, live sand and high flow. But yeah, you get the tank and the stand. The stand's quite good because you can house your water change bucket and your electrics, bits and bobs, which you're always using. Now the heater that comes with it, you basically get a tank, stand, a heater, a protein skimmer, a return pump and a circulation pump. I'm not using the circulation pump because I have put on a J-Bow wave maker wave machine, which has been brilliant. It takes a while to get it positioned and set up properly, but yeah, doing a great job. Only running it sort of like 20-30% because it's designed for much larger reefs, up to sort of 200 litres I think. So the first problem I had is the heater. You get a 50 watt heater with it, and it was struggling and these cold evenings in the morning I'd come down, it'd be 24 degrees and I'm set at 26. During the day it'd get up to 26, and then by the morning it's down to 24, 23.9. It's fluctuating quite a bit, so the heat was struggling at night. Probably be fine in the summer months, but in the winter that 50 watts is just not enough. So swap that out for a 100 watt heater, and now it's rock solid virtually. It only fluctuates like half a degree, 25.5 to 26 degrees. So that's sorted that. Skimmer is just sort of broken in, has been running 3 weeks. Obviously with the introduction of livestock, already I put the clean-up crew in, it started foaming up nice, so it's bedded in. So I predict that's going to end up being a really good skimmer. It's such a small tank, and I think the actual skimmer's rated for tanks a lot bigger. I've put a bag, if you can see there, just a netted bag of sintered glass media. Not a great deal, just a handful, just as a bit of a backup of biological filtration in there. Now the water is pumped from the return pump is down here, just underneath the bag of biological media, up this tube through into the display tank, and then it goes in to the rear sump through this gate here, which sort of skims the surface of the water, sort of falls in there, which is good because it takes any bits that are floating on the surface of the water, any dust parts, stuff like that, sucks it straight into the main chamber, which is obviously the main chamber is the skimming chamber. So it takes the bulk of the dirt out, organic waste out. Then it goes through this gate at the top here, so it comes in through this one, skimmed into this gate, which is the second chamber, which this blue filter pad I've got here is just only, it's only what, a couple of inches deep. So I'm not using it the whole length of the chamber. I'll probably use that chamber for putting Roaphos at a later date in. But what happens is any big bits that the skimmer misses gets trapped in the sponge, which every week when I do my water changes, I'll just rinse the sponge out, any big bits that have collected there. So it stops any big bits of organic waste getting through to the return pump and the biological netted bag of media. It falls back through this gate into this third chamber. But again, you've got quite a bit of space in this third chamber for anything extra you want to put in there at a later date. Your nitrate absorbing media, and bits of equipment, my heaters in there, thermometer, etc. The LED light that comes with it is supposed to be, is reviewed quite well, and it's supposed to be very good for growing the corals. Yet to see no corals in there yet, but that'll be fine. I'm not over, although the tank looks lovely, I'm not over on the sort of falseness of the light. You know, I will upgrade that at some point to a Kessel LED lighting unit that creates more of a natural shimmer like you'd get on a real reef, shimmering light on the bottom of the sand and all over the rocks. So that'll be an upgrade I will look forward to do probably in about a year's time. So that's about it really. I'm doing water changes once per week at the moment, just an 8 litre bucket, which I think comes out about 20% of the water of this tank. Just doing that once a week. My readings, testing my water chemistry and keeping a check on all my parameters with this test kit. JBL Test Lab literally does everything everything and more. Some stuff in there I'm not probably going to use, but I'm testing them on the big 10 parameters at the moment, which I call the big 10, which is the first one is temperature, obviously, salinity. Running it at 1.026. My pH is at 8. My KH is at 9. And ammonia 0, nitrite 0. I've never seen any readings of those two. That's probably because it's really good, well cured live rock and live sand from day one, really. So yeah, I didn't get a spike of any of them readings, and if they did, I obviously missed them. Happened so quick. I've got a tiny reading of nitrate, so I know it's cycled once you get a nitrate reading. And I've done 2 tests on that past sort of week, and the first reading was 4 parts per million on the nitrate, and the second test was done, it's like barely sort of 2.5. So that's nice and low. I try and keep them as low as possible. Now obviously the livestock's gone in there. I need to keep a check on that and adjust my water changes to suit. But I think I'm going to be way okay with a sort of 10-20% water change every week. It's just going to have these 2 clowns and that shrimp. And obviously a small clean-up crew, a couple of turbos, and a couple of hermits. So it should be fine. Just keep an eye on it. Phosphate 0, obviously, yeah. I'm getting phosphate, yeah. My calcium, due to the Red Sea Coral Pro salt that I'm using, which has got elevated levels of calcium, magnesium. My calcium is at 480. Magnesium is at 1320. So I'm hoping that I shouldn't have to dose this tank at all. Just rely on the water changes, should be enough. 20% water changes to boost up the calcium and magnesium levels. The thing I might add some trace elements slowly, just manually dose some trace elements at some point at a later date once corals are in there. But as for dosing calcium, magnesium stuff, I hope not to do that. I'm only going to be keeping soft corals in there, just Xenia, green star polyps, maybe a torch coral, mushrooms, zoanthus, stuff like that. So that's week 3. I'll do another update probably every week. Once I start introducing corals, probably another week or 2's time, making sure obviously the levels are okay. I should introduce some very easy to keep corals, but yeah, so until then, bye bye.